Aaron Rodgers' illness before playoff loss to Texans had Steelers hoping for a flu game. The Pittsburgh Steelers' playoff loss to the Houston Texans in January was decisive enough that Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers spent the final 2 minutes and 39 seconds on the bench. Comprehensive enough that the visiting Texans turned the ball over 3 times and still recorded the biggest margin of victory in the postseason's opening weekend. Advertisement, I don't feel like we ever got the momentum on our side, honestly, Rodgers said after the 36 defeat. We had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities. Didn't make the most out of hardly any of them. Unsaid at the time, Rodgers had been so sick before the game that teammates and coaches had expressed hope he could mimic Michael Jordan's iconic flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals.
Fruit flies taking over your kitchen? This discreet plug-in trap uses light to attract flying insects, then captures them on a replaceable adhesive cartridge without noisy zapping or messy sprays. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/one right now.
Though few people beyond the Steelers' sideline knew it, the 42-year-old quarterback had been felled by flu-like symptoms in the hours leading up to the game, making the experience even more miserable. I wasn't feeling good, and I actually came over to the team hotel, and they sent me home, probably because I was pale and looked like S. Rodgers revealed in an interview with The Athletic following Saturday's training camp practice at St. During the conversation, Rodgers, whose symptoms included fever and vomiting, made a point of insisting that he'd recovered by kickoff, crediting the Texans' ferocious defense for an epic effort. Clearly, however, the timing sucked. For all the legendary things the 4-time MVP has done in his 2-plus-decade career, the illness contributed to a nightmarish playoff exit. Rodgers finished 17 of 33 for 146 yards against the Texans' top-ranked defense, throwing 1 interception, a pick-6 late in the fourth quarter, and losing one of his 2 fumbles. It left him with a 50.8 passer rating, the worst of his postseason career, and the second worst of his 17 starts for Pittsburgh. He's definitely downplaying it, said former Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, who now serves in a similar role at Ohio State. There was never a question he was gonna play, and he's never one to complain, but he looked terrible before the game. Advertisement, the Steelers didn't mention Rodgers' illness after their loss, and the focus soon turned to coach Mike Tomlin, whose departure after 19 seasons became public the next day. Tomlin was typically blunt on the night of the playoff loss. When you don't get it done, words are cheap, he said. It's about what you do or don't do. People talk too much in our business. You either do or you don't. Had the Steelers won, though, Rodgers' poor health would have added another entry to his drama-filled list of greatest moments.